It's not disabled, it's difabled. Get it? Differently abled? Because, like, disabled is negative. Disabled. Like, it means you're not able. It means I lack one ability. A disability. I mean, I have more than one disability, but being disabled doesn't mean or imply unable. But isn't that ableist? Like, to say that you're lacking? Differently able. I don't have supersonic hearing or x-ray vision. I can't fly. I don't have different abilities. Besides, differently abled implies that you have normal abilities and mine are different? But most disabled people, myself included, hate differently abled. I literally have fewer abilities. Disability. Can't you compensate for those abilities by developing others? Sometimes. But I heard that, like, with blind people, their other senses develop to compensate. And yeah, that can happen with certain disabilities, but actually not with most. What? Okay, so one of my disabilities is Raynaud's disease, which means for me, temperatures below 65 degrees, my body sends less and less blood to my extremities the colder it gets. I have to be very careful in cooler temperatures. That sounds rough, but can't you do, like, exposure things? No ability compensates for that. My doctor literally told me to just move south. Oof. Except I'm also heat sensitive. See? You're cold-blooded. Your body temperature changes, so different ability. I have other disabilities. I can't develop a compensating skill that makes me not get dizzy, or not have ringing in my ears, or make headaches magically vanish. There's no compensating for my sensory sensitivity, my panic attacks, or my chronic pain. And I certainly wouldn't call it a different ability that my armpits are often waterfalls. Okay, I get it. But don't you have, like, superpowers from your autism and ADHD? I hear it called that way. Don't. Sure, those come with awesome traits, like my ability to notice patterns and my deep focus, the fact that I'm compulsively honest and I possess a strong sense of justice, plus many, many other good qualities that I wouldn't want to lose. But some of those also come with equal drawbacks, like I hyperfocus and forget to eat or use the bathroom. My sense of justice causes great anxiety, and I've lost a number of jobs due to my honesty. Overall, autism and ADHD are still disabilities. I need accommodations, and I face discrimination. Well, your experience is still different. Like, I still think differently abled is less demeaning, less dehumanizing. It's less ableist. Okay, first off, differently abled ignores the ableism that I face and makes it seem like life is an equal playing field for everyone. How? It erases accessibility needs. If I have a disability, I need accommodations because I'm at a disadvantage. If I have a different ability, it puts the onus on me for my abilities to be good enough to compensate for any needs I might have, instead of putting the onus on society for providing accommodations to everyone as they have need. Oh. To take it further, the idea that disability is dehumanizing is an ableist point of view. How can that be ableist? Does the fact that I have less endurance because of my disabilities mean that I have less worth? No one is saying that. Then why can't I say I have a disability when I have less ability because I have less endurance? Like a good bit less. I don't have a different kind of endurance. I just have less of it. So you see, people who mean well see the ableism of society and seek to address how disabled people are treated by arguing that disabled people have value because they have different abilities. It's a capitalist, ableist point of view that puts our worth in our productivity. Your worth is tied to ability, so disability is seen as negative But different ability implies you have worth in a capitalist framework because of how you compensate for your abilities. Right. The ableism at work here is that I am seen as less than because I can do less. Now, with accommodations, I can do more, but our worth shouldn't be measured by our abilities, whether it's the number of them or the measure of them. So if someone was in a coma, they have every bit as much inherent worth as everyone else. To say otherwise is eugenics. Would you call someone in a coma differently abled?
No, that doesn't really fit.
If you are only focused on disabled people's worth based on what they can do, that is the definition of ableism. There are abilities I don't have. That doesn't mean I am worth less. And there are amazing abilities that I do have. And that doesn't mean I'm worth more.
Why is that such a surprisingly hard concept to wrap my head around?
Capitalism and eugenics have done a number on how we view human life, and they permeate Western and even global dominant worldviews. So just remember that disability is an accurate description. Disability means lacking in ability, and it also means our abilities put us at a disadvantage in society. So regardless of my abilities, I'm still at a disadvantage in this ableist society due to how society treats my disabilities. I am disabled. In fact, I am multi-disabled. And disability, it's not a bad word.